The Disney Vibes Podcast, talking insider tips, tricks, and pixie dust. For the most magical place on Earth, here's Andrew and Heather.
Hello there, everybody. Once again, welcome to the Disney Vibes Podcast. This is episode number 5. My name is Andrew.
My name is Heather.
That is my lovely wife.
Oh, aren't you sweet?
I try to be. We are down to it. The final countdown. The final countdown. When I say the final countdown, that means the 50th anniversary is less than 48 hours away for kicking off for the next 18 months at Walt Disney World. 50th anniversary kicks off October 1st. Lots of news has been coming out recently, and we're going to get to that. A lot of good things happening, but did want to mention all of our content is brought to you by Magical Destinations Travel. BookMDTravel.com. One of our magical agents will be with you to assist you in planning your vacation. There is no obligation for a free quote and no cost to you ever. And Heather likes to sprinkle some pixie dust with all of our agents as well. Also, if you are liking our content, please help us out and provide feedback and a rating on the platform that you are using to listen to us, whether it be Apple, Google, Spotify, Pocket Casts, so on and so forth. We truly appreciate your support throughout this entire venture. 48 hours, less than 48 hours.
You're so excited. You're like a little kid in a candy store.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, tonight we were able to watch and stream the last ever Happily Ever After fireworks show at Magic Kingdom. And, you know, Braden is our mushy one, and he was straight up all about it. And all he wanted, well, first of all, then he was like, Dad, we got to live in Disney World. And I'm like, yeah, that's not happening, buddy. Okay, all right, well, let's go for a year. Sorry, bud. Let's go for 10 months, 10 weeks, 1 week. I was like, well, we were there 10 days, buddy. So, you know, but I said we will be going back, of course, again. And he's our mushy one. And he watched the last ever Happily Ever After. Definitely a great show. A lot of people have a lot of memories to that show.
For sure. When you said, oh, there goes Tinkerbell, I ran out from where I was to see it, because to me, that just is like one memory, one moment that I absolutely love. And I'm so upset this past year because I was streaming it for our fans over on Facebook and Instagram. And for some bizarro reason, as soon as Tinkerbell started to fly, I lost internet connection and I lost it. I could have cried. So I'm sorry.
Could have. Like we talked about in like episode number 2. You cry.
I know, but there's happy cries, like happy tears, and then there's sad tears. That was definitely a sad moment. So, but it's okay. So I'm hoping that the next show can incorporate a little
so
something.
Disney Enchantment launches actually for the 50th anniversary, and as part of the Disney travel agents, we are able to get a sneak peek, so to speak, of the show. That will be taking place on the 30th. That's Thursday night. I'm just making sure. So today's Wednesday, you know, the days we are launching this podcast on Thursday, so it will be happening that night, the Disney Enchantment new show at Magic Kingdom as part of the 50th anniversary. The other thing is we did get the opportunity this evening to actually see the new firework and nighttime show that happens at Epcot called Harmonious. Now, you know, it's hard seeing it streaming, and I think we're going to reserve judgment or our critique of the show, obviously, for some time now. Got to watch it a couple more times on different social media channels and so forth. But overall, it was a longer show than I expected compared to Epcot Forever. So we'll see. You know, we'll see how, the boards, the social media, what everybody thinks about that, who actually was able to catch a viewing of Harmonious, the new show that is debuting for the 50th anniversary at Epcot.
We did put some sneak peeks on our social media outlets, so check out our stories, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, and you can let us know. I mean, I think the show was over 15 minutes.
It was almost 20 minutes,
right.
When I was timing it. So I figured it would be between 12 and 15. So there are a lot more components of it. And if you have been able to be at the parks, specifically Epcot, you've seen all of the equipment out there in the middle of the water in the World Showcase, for some time now. So But again, you're going to get to see these shows, and you'll be able to make your own opinion of them as you travel to Walt Disney World, in the next 18 months. And who knows what happens after the 18th of the 50th anniversary celebration, whether Disney continues these shows in some format or they completely reimagine them with the Imagineers and change it up again. We don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. A lot of things are happening in Disney. So here's what's happening.
Okay, so hold on. So I was going to interrupt you just before to say, wait, are we talking about news right now? Because we should be saying, here's what's happening.
That wasn't news, really. That's
No,
released.
That's news. Friends, that's news. So
Judgment call. Anyways, so here's what's happening. The big thing that happened on today, September 29th, actually, or I should say yesterday, because when you're hearing this, is Main Street Confectionery has reopened. So I got to say, I love the confectionery smell. We use Magic Candle Company, a lot of candles in our house, and they are phenomenal. They have the Mickey waffle. They call it mouse waffles. But the confectionery smells just like the store. So that reopened. That was a bit of a disappointment this past summer when we attended because they were down for renovations, obviously, ahead of the 50th anniversary. So they did reopen in Magic Kingdom Park, new sweets and treats. So that's very exciting.
So then you're going to get the smell when you walk down Main Street, too, because that smell totally...
Yeah, it carries.
Yes.
Absolutely carries. The other thing is, as... travelers arrive now to Orlando International Airport, Disney has completely immersed the it's not the monorail, but the train, the high-speed train that brings you from the terminal to the luggage and so forth. They immersed the Walt Disney World Resort 50th anniversary celebration all over. The marketing there is incredible.
Beautiful.
So they have it with the iridescent colors and all the characters. So as soon as you step off your plane, it's like your vacation truly begins, from that point going forward. Because from there, for the next 2 months or so, you can still take Magical Express, which is also usually that first step to feeling like you're there. And then come January 1, as we know, Magical Express is no more. It's going to be, not called Magical Express, run by Disney. Mears Transportation will be running it of some sorts. And that's something that we can definitely discuss as what's your best bet, whether you want to try that transportation mode or, Uber or Lyft or any of those things. So the other thing is, as we talk about the news, and this is very minor, but our kids, I'm a techie. I'm the techie in the family here, and our kids completely kind of follow that vibe, even down to our little one, in the sense that he says, "Alexa, can you do this for me?" Alexa.
She just heard you, by the way. We have an Alexa down here.
Oh, yeah, she's everywhere.
There's actually two where
always
we're recording.
listening. Always listening. But technology is now always part of our magic. So Disney, in conjunction with Amazon, and Amazon, if you watched their release on products a couple days ago, talked about what they are going to be releasing. And the message from Josh D'Amaro, big fan of Josh D'Amaro. He's the chairman of Disney Parks Experiences and Products. So he says in the news release, at Disney, we're always pushing the boundaries of technology and innovation to entertain our guests and create experiences that are unlike anything else in the world. Walt Disney himself was absolutely fascinated by the technology of his day. I couldn't imagine what Walt would be thinking right now. And by the possibilities it represented for the movie and the theme park industries. He invented the multi-plane camera and used Technicolor. So Walt did all the stuff, and that was just the beginning. And Walt's curiosity, imagination, and ingenuity set the stage for decades of invention and discovery that have followed. So Disney Parks Experiences and Product, they are innovating, inventing, and investing in technology to really recreate a Disney experience, integrating physical, digital, virtual worlds, the AI for the guests to navigate properties and the platforms, immerse yourselves in the Disney stories, and make sure that your unforgettable experience, lies within Disney. So what they are now doing, okay, besides the rides and all that other technology, they are now kicking off the 50th anniversary with a celebration that goes beyond. So the project with Amazon is now called Hey Disney. And with it, what they've done is they've created their own custom assistant, so I don't have to say the word Alexa right now and have her go off. But Hey Disney will be using Disney stories, characters, and more, all built on Amazon's proprietary technology using Alexa. I'm going to whisper it so she doesn't hear me, hopefully. So whether the guests, so whether you're at home, it's an added download, Amazon Skills, I think they call, and you can pay for that. That's going to be coming. Who knows when they're going to exactly release it, but my guess would be around the holidays. And then, or if you are in one of the Walt Disney World Resort hotel rooms, you will actually have your own Echo Show 5 in your hotel room. And your favorite Disney, Pixar, Star Wars characters will be there, and all you got to say is,
"Hey Disney." And
it's going to entertain and delight guests, there. It's going to have the storytelling, I'm going to set my Mickey Mouse alarm, whatever it can be. So there's a lot more details still to come, Josh tomorrow said, but Hey Disney is good, definitely going to innovate and make magic and create the Disney difference to set themselves apart in the world of dream vacations, renowned family entertainment, and innovative products and experiences around the world. So it's definitely going to be cool. The ride is just getting started, Josh says. The possibilities, they are endless, let's be honest. I mean, we look at how far, Amazon started as a bookstore. So it's definitely going to be cool how this works with the Echo Show 5. And then they even had, I saw like a Mickey Mouse holder for the Echo Show 5. So
okay,
it's going to be cool. I mean, let's see what the price point is.
I think that, and then I saw what people could ask it. So you could say, what time does a certain park open? I believe there was something in regards to like trying to find a place to eat. So you can ask, questions like that. We're not 100% sure, but
right, it's going to evolve as it goes on,
right.
And it's going to be interesting to see how it integrates with the Disney Genie Plus, and if it does at all. So, but big technology fans, that's definitely cool.
It's very cool. And if you actually go over to our Instagram and our Facebook, we have an actual image of what this looks like. So just imagine an Alexa. Like the rectangular one, and basically it has ears on the sides, and then it's standing on a red kind of like stand with Mickey's two little yellow buttons. So super cute. I know that as soon as our kids were to walk in, they would go bananas.
Yeah, and that's an added accessory.
Well,
so it's only the Echo Show 5, and then if you want the cute Mickey Mouse, I'm sure there's Minnie, I'm sure there's all kinds of slew of characters. Come on, think about it, marketing 101.
Oh my gosh.
Those, those will be an added cost,
Sure.
for the decoration purposes.
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I will totally geek out with you on that.
I haven't decided if I want. Because we already have the Echo Show 5. Oh, you mean the Hey Disney part at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, we got to see what the price point is. So one thing I wanted to talk to also is this coming Friday, they are going to have the most magical story on Earth, 50 years of Walt Disney World, and that will be hosted on the ABC network. And what's interesting is, as I'm bringing up the article, it is Friday. That's when the 50th actually kicks off. So 50 years of Walt Disney World. And the special is something you probably don't want to miss. It's a primetime special. It's going to take the viewers on a fascinating journey of Walt Disney World Resort, from its origins to its development over time, to the impact the resort has had on pop culture, and to a special look into the future of the resort. So maybe we'll get a little sneak peek of what these Imagineers and Josh D'Amaro and the chairman are seeing. The riveting story is told through incredible interviews with celebrities, athletes, the Imagineers, Disney executives, and cast members, both past and present. And it's going to look like Whoopi Goldberg, from The View, is kind of going to be hosting it, and the moderator of it. It's going to be 2 hours long. It's going to have musical performances, great visuals, I'm sure, all held at, I should say it was filmed at Cinderella Castle at Magic Kingdom Park. And they're going to have the orchestra. So it's going to give like a behind-the-scenes looks at many, many things. So it is going to come out on Friday on ABC live at 8 o'clock. And then starting on October 2nd, It'll be on Hulu and Disney Plus on October 8th.
And I am going to post on our Instagram a countdown, and you can just visit our stories and click the reminder or countdown, and then you'll be able to say thank you, Disney Vibes for the reminder, and you are so welcome.
There you go. I'm looking at more of these colors and the thematic colors that Disney is using for the 50th anniversary. And as we've talked about food a lot on this show already, and we're only in episode number 5, they released today, I think it was today. No, yesterday. The foodie guide to the 50th anniversary celebration, Sips and Bites.
I cannot.
Like, I'm looking at some of this food, and I'm like, wow. But the foodies are definitely going to be enjoying Walt Disney World Resort's 50th anniversary celebration, and they are still, coining it as the world's most magical celebration. So between all the 4 theme parks beyond Disney Springs and so forth, Disney chefs and mixologists have created more than 150 sips and bites full of color, whimsy, and a touch of iridescent shimmer, with even more coming throughout the 18-month celebration starting this Friday. Walt's personal recipes. So we talked about on a previous episode about the vault. And so bringing Walt's personal recipes out of the vault, and Walt Disney World Resort attractions past and present, beloved Disney characters, and nostalgic dishes from 1971. Now, hopefully they're not like frozen. But I'm just kidding.
No, I know.
I'm kidding.
I know.
Were inspirations for the tasty offerings created for the celebration. So, what's interesting is they said how Walt was pretty much a very simple person, a meat and potatoes guy.
Right.
That was kind of what he was about. His roast lamb, roast beef, hash topped with a fried egg, chili, and fried chicken were his favorites. Lemon, apple, chocolate, and bread pudding desserts. So, definitely straight-laced in that regard. So the Disney chefs that, created these, sips and bites, I want to make sure I coin it correctly, not just say food. The sips and bites, they were definitely seeing, what Walt enjoyed the most while planning for the 50th anniversary celebration. So it's definitely got a lot of fun colors and celebratory creations, and there are a ton of them.
Did you point out how they're saying the iridescent sip abrasion?
I did not.
Okay.
That's one. Yeah, iridescent shimmers.
Iridescent, no, but it's ear like EAR.
That's their whole theme.
Clever.
Marketing.
Iridescent sip abration. So I think, again, so Disney. And just looking at these, did you see, Andrew?
So yeah, talk about Magic Kingdom Park. We got galactic goodies.
Yep, we do. And so that's at Uncle Orville's Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow Sunday.
Yeah.
Which
sounds good.
Yeah, totally. And if we look down underneath for Casey's Corner,
that's one of our favorites.
Yes, I love Casey's. Like, we cannot go there without getting fries and a hot dog. But look at the hot dog, the 50th celebration hot dog. I don't know if I could do this.
Oh, I'm all about it.
Oh my gosh!
This is going to be like reminiscent of the food and wine that Heather was posting on social media with the different kinds of donuts and everything.
Yes.
So the 50th celebration hot dog is an all beef hot dog topped with strawberry bacon jam, crisp funnel cake pieces, and powdered sugar. Sign me up. I'll try it.
I'll watch you eat it, I think.
Wash it down with a nice, a nice beer, and we'll be good.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's cool. The one thing that I don't think I will be trying is Squid's Revenge Drink at Be Our Guest.
I saw that.
It's garnished with a charred octopus and cucumber.
So you think of like a tentacle coming out of your glass. That is exactly what is happening. So,
can we talk about the burger there?
The burger, yes.
Burger.
Let's talk about it.
The pickle is hanging out like a tongue.
So
It's great.
It's sticking out its tongue.
That's going to be at Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe. It's called the Mission to Mars.
That's called Friar's Nook. It's the Toad Burger. So, and then if we look at the macaroni and cheese burger as well there.
Yeah, that's the Mission to Mars one at Cosmic Ray's.
Oh, my goodness.
I was getting ahead of myself.
You were. Slow down. This food's making you so excited. And then we have the
blackberry milkshake.
Blackberry milk.
Topped with a purple chocolate glazed donut covered with black sprinkles. Oh, Braden would love that.
He would totally. And I love that blue, that deep blue.
Yeah, it's the iridescent colors.
But I can't. I don't really see the iridescent on the donut, but still.
Oh, it's got the chocolate. So there's a lot of different, we're not going to go through the entire menu.
Sure.
Heather can post it in the show notes, but specifically, they are going to have different foods, different concoctions, the sips and bites. They are going to be held at all the different parks. Magic Kingdom, I know we were just kind of touching base specifically on the ones there. And then they're going to have other ones, at outdoor kiosks throughout Magic Kingdom. Mm-hmm. I like storybook treats as I go through this, the Hi-Ho Sundae. That'll be cool. And then obviously Animal Kingdom theme park, a drink Walla. That's a hand-dipped 50th celebration Mickey premium bar. Mickey bar. Dipped in blue raspberry flavored coating with celebration sprinkles and a little bit of pixie dust.
Pixie
I like
dust for the win.
Oh, always. Heather's going to have cheese fries with Walt's chili.
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
I love
and then they have Walt's favorite chili on a foot-long hot dog. That's all Animal Kingdom. There's going to be stuff at Tiffin's as well if you're a fan of Tiffin's restaurant. When you get to Hollywood Studios, Trolley Car Cafe, Glimmer and Shimmer, Pineapple Mousse. The Hollywood Brown Derby is going to have a filet mignon with Walt's, hash topped with an egg. Brown Derby. It's going to have Shimmer Over the Moon. Ooh, apple pie, moonshine, amaretto, Falernum. Not familiar with that one. Pineapple juice and club soda served with a souvenir glow cube. All right, I'm in.
Glow cube. The kids will fight over it.
Yeah. Well, ABC Commissary will have stuff. And then Epcot Coral Reef Restaurant. Oh, there it is. Key lime tart with toasted meringue, iridescent shimmer, sprinkles, and a chocolate garnish.
I think we'll get 2 of those.
Yeah. Epcot Experience is going to have a croissant donut, Le Cellier in the France Pavilion. And then Sunshine Seasons is going to have bundt cakes. And Disney Springs has a bunch of stuff as well. And, oh, wow, I didn't even go this far down, but there's Animal Kingdom Lodge, Disney's Contemporary Resort, Coronado Springs, and Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground is also going to have stuff. Grand Floridian Cafe, Olivia's Cafe at Old Key West, Captain Cook's at Polynesian, La Petite Cafe at Riviera, Roar and Fork at Wilderness Lodge, and Ale and Compass, the market there at Disney's Yacht and Beach Club, are all going to have, some kind of special sip. I always forget what it's called. Sip and bite? Yeah, sips and bites. They're going to have sips and bites. Sounds like a lot more bites than sips, but still, a lot of good things. I'm just looking at Magical Beacon Cocktail. That's going to be at the pool bars, lounges. Mm-hmm. All right. That's interesting, too. So, again, and there's also a new wrapper for Mickey's Ice Cream Bar.
Yeah, at the bottom.
Oh, with the castle with the 50. There you go. Very nice. Very nice. So, a lot of good food. We're foodies. We already talked about that. But again, we didn't gain any weight in Disney World. You walk about 10 to 12 miles a day at least, so you'll be fine.
Absolutely. And I think we walked, close to 90 miles when we added it all up. So, telling you, I was surprised.
Yeah. So, one thing I wanted to kind of talk about as, we know we've been hitting you with a lot of news because of the 50th anniversary kicking off on October 1st. But we want to talk about, obviously, resort hotels. It's a lot of questions that we get. And specifically, there's 3 levels of hotels. You have the value resorts, the moderate resorts, and the deluxe resorts, okay? DVC stuff aside, but the deluxe resorts and DVC are kind of the same tier, let's say. So I want to talk specifically about Magic Kingdom resort hotels and kind of ranking them, from what people have told us, pros, cons, what they like. Because no 2 Disney World hotels are the same, and when you really come down to decide on where you want to stay, there could be some important factors, and that bodes well for, that's how we kind of think about what park we're going to, where we're going to stay, when we're going to go to this park. Transportation, don't get me wrong, the Disney bus transportation system is fantastic. The Skyliner, is seamless. The boats, the monorail, and then obviously, what am I forgetting?
You did the buses, the boats, the monorail.
I guess I hit it all.
Yes, you did.
All right. But transportation could be a factor. We know location, depending upon what your interest, what your family, what your kids' age are, what their interest is primarily. And then obviously pricing we always want to take into consideration as well. But let's just say from here right now, if we just narrow the location down to the resorts that are in the Magic Kingdom area, because that's how Disney kind of geographically places and talks about them as well on their website. So there's really 4 main hotels in the Magic Kingdom area that you get to choose from. So it's like, how do you decide? So you talk about location. The 4 hotels, you have Contemporary Resort, you have Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, and Disney's Wilderness Lodge. Now, I already know Heather's number 1. I also know Heather's number 4. So if we were playing like a game,
you know my number 4.
I could raise, what is it, when you go back to back with your wife to see who knows who better, right? I could raise the shoe and get the answers correctly, or I could write it down. 2 and 3, I may mess up, but I would definitely get 50% of them right.
Okay, 50%.
I challenge you. You think I'm wrong?
No.
No.
I think you're. So then, hold on. So how do we share this with everybody knowing?
No, it's all right. We're behind a microphone, so I'm just really kidding. We're not on video.
Well, really quick, we'll just say my number 1, Wilderness Lodge.
Yep.
And then
if I have to guess your number 2, I'm thinking you're gonna go Poly.
Poly.
Yep. Number 3 will be Contemporary for you, and 4 will be Grand Floridian.
For now, yes. Maybe when we're older.
Yeah. Ask her why.
Floridian will be.
No, I'm just kidding.
A different choice, but yeah, no, you're right.
Those that's the way it ranks. I'd say I'm probably about the same.
Okay.
Grand Floridian, I do like it. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous resort. I don't spend enough time there. I do have to spend more time there. We've eaten there a couple times. Right. But I'd have to, really see the vibe if that's what I'm looking for as well.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That's all I have to say about that. But we talk about location. So really, the main factor is how close your resort is to the Magic Kingdom. We were able to we went to Magic Kingdom from a different resort this past August when we were actually in the Epcot area. And then we actually walked to Contemporary. Simple walk, even for 2/3 of the kids.
3, right.
But, Jameson could have made it too. There's no problem. But 2 hotels specifically for how close the resort is to Magic Kingdom. Contemporary and Grand Floridian are close enough that you can walk there. And they also both have access to the monorail. So you have a walkway to Grand Floridian and to Contemporary. So if that's very important, you'll just get more steps in, eat more food. That's all I'm going to say about that, Polynesian, it is close as well. Because it does have access to the monorail, but it is it's feasible. You can walk there, but it's going to be a little bit lengthy because you're almost directly across from the entrance, so you really have to kind of walk through Grand Floridian or around it on that path, which it is there. So it's just gonna be lengthy. And Wilderness Lodge does come, I don't want to say it's far. That's not the thing, but it's not as close.
It's a different avenue.
It's not as accessible because you have to take the boat. But I love the boat. You have a private boat.
It's nice, the boat, and then you could bring the stroller right on the boat, which was so convenient. And just, when you're carrying a double stroller or just any stroller.
Never again.
On a bus, it gets to be very grueling. And when you're just able to walk on to the boat, stroller in hand, sleeping child, it makes all of the difference.
Sure. But I got my stroller fold-up routine down, and I think you took a video of it.
I did. Actually, I never posted it. I will post it. This is a stroller that I would say has taken 3 kids to figure out,
I was ready before the world caught on fire to take that stroller to Disney World.
You were.
And
absolutely.
I can literally fold it up without missing a step and get on the bus.
Within 3 seconds.
Yep, I'm a
3
pro.
3 seconds. I timed it.
But so the transportation, getting or being able to get to and from Magic Kingdom easily. in addition to other Disney World parks, is important. And the 3 monorail resorts went out there. If you want to also go to Epcot, Contemporary, Grand Floridian, and the Poly have that access to that direct access, I should say, to the monorail system. But again, we are big fans of the boat with Wilderness Lodge. It's great. So it does rely on the boat transportation. They say it could be slower. I don't know. We haven't experienced it. Sure, maybe, but it's no longer than waiting for a bus.
I agree.
They also, all 4 resorts, they have the transportation to all the parks as well. So it's not just the monorail, that you got to live and die by it, so to speak. Dining, the resorts dining has a lot of options.
I know what you're going to... Okay, so for dining, we were able to eat at the Contemporary. We ate at the Polynesian. We did not get to the Grand Floridian, and obviously we ate at Wilderness Lodge.
All right, but here's the thing. I don't know if you can really count Contemporary as Contemporary because it was the Wave breakfast at that time at California Grill. So was it California Grill or was it more the Wave, which is now Steakhouse 71? I don't know. But I will say that Poly has a lot going for it. They have Trader Sam's, Grog Grotto there. Kona Cafe is a huge fan favorite. Kona Island, Captain Cook's. And they have the pineapple Linnae where you get that Dole Whip in numerous flavors. So that's a benefit. And I don't want to say my favorite restaurant on property, but it's got to be one of them is Ohana. And they brought the noodles back because we all complained. And I will have to say this past year, I think I was the only one that enjoyed it.
Well, I could tell you that I wanted to enjoy it, but
I ate like Maui and looked like Maui after.
And what was the drink that you had?
Lapu Lapu.
Oh, my God. It was ginormous and super, super strong. I just was not feeling myself that day, and I just could not. I don't know. I think it was super hot because we went in August, and I just didn't drink a lot, and that really caught up with me.
I did.
So afterwards,
Lapu.
No, you definitely ate enough. And then, again, they had special, plate for Sophia for her gluten allergy. But you would get, it's served family style.
There's a lot of food. I love it.
There's a ton of food. And
come hungry.
You do. Well, I was just going to say, you will not leave hungry.
No. And we had friends experience the breakfast, and they said that was fantastic as well. Shout out to our little buddy Liam, who we'll bring on the show at some point. But, they said that was great as well. So Poly's got a lot of options, not going to lie. I do believe that Wilderness Lodge shines bright in that aspect as well because the dining options are high quality and probably underrated. So you got the Territory Lounge, which is unknown for most people, Whispering Canyon Cafe, Roaring Fork, Artist Point, which was closed, and I don't know when I got to look that up, when it's officially reopening. But they have the, I forgot what the name of the actual, is it Snow White Tales?
Yeah.
There's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
It was a character dinner. And we were a part of it.
A couple years ago. Yeah, when it first opened. Yeah, it was excellent.
It was beautiful. It really was.
It was great. The food was great. I remember my mushroom and my soup. And,
yes.
That was excellent. And that was pretty much right after it had transformed. I mean, I'm dating 3-4 years ago. It transformed from a signature dining experience, which used to be 2 table service credits if you were on the dining plan, to just 1. But again, highly regarded, excellent food, excellent service and atmosphere. It was fantastic. And the other place that Wilderness Lodge shines is one of my favorites. It's not as filling or an experience like Ohana, but Geyser Point Bar and Grill. If you have not been there, please don't go because I don't want it to be crowded when I'm there. I'm just kidding.
No, so actually I have to tell you that Bar and Grill is one of the reasons why we say we will typically always stay at Wilderness Lodge because the ambiance there is just beautiful. You're outside,
right on the water,
in a bar.
Yep.
And they have outdoor dining, but the dining is kind of like loungy. And you can watch the fireworks from there because they pipe in the music.
Yeah, the electrical parade goes right by.
Yeah, and then the
if you're there at
parades
night,
or electrical parades there, and it's just a very cool atmosphere. The vibe is awesome. So I will agree 100% with Andrew that Geyser Point is awesome. And then our kids would probably just beg to differ though, because was it Whispering Canyon that they love?
Yeah, so Whispering Canyon, which, again, they've changed some of their policies. But, again, they had the Skillet, which was excellent food as well.
Mm-hmm.
But if you never experienced the...
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, right. I hate the world burning, but the experience of the cast members there and the atmosphere, kids love it. They do,
The kids would ride around. They would have races with the horse. What do they call them? The horse, and you put in the stick.
Horses.
No.
Ponies.
Pony
races.
And they would run around like the restaurant.
Like the Wild Wild West. That's all.
But then if someone wanted ketchup, you had to scream, ketchup!
No, I need ketchup.
Oh,
and then every bottle in the restaurant would come to your table. You'd have 25 bottles of ketchup on your table.
Yep. And
then you had to deliver them when someone else screamed it.
And the kids just loved it. It was cool.
Right. They love that experience. One more thing I want to point out about Geyser Point Bar and Grill. Best burger on property. Hands down. Best burger. Bison burger. I'd love to have somebody argue that point with me. But
I would not go there.
Yeah, please do. If there's another burger, I'm a burger, enthusiast. So, but those restaurants, again, it's close with Poly and Wilderness. I think we've experienced more Wilderness Lodge restaurants and atmospheres than Poly. But I love Ohana. Not going to lie, the bread pudding, the noodles, everything, it's great. So the upscale dining, if you're into that vibe, is the Grand Floridian is definitely the one you want to book. Not only can you dine like royalty at Victoria and Albert's, but they also have the meals with the Mary Poppins themed restaurants, Citricos. I can't even, is it Narcosis?
Yeah.
And then they have cocktails in the Beauty and the Beast inspired Enchanted Rose. They got Gasparilla Island Grill, and you can have brunch at the Grand Floridian Cafe. So a lot there as well. If you have crazy kids like us or ones that just like to, be loud and lively, some of those restaurants may not be your cup of tea at this time, depending upon their age.
Right.
Contemporary, has some great dining options as well. Atmosphere, they have Chef Mickey's. Let's just be honest. They have Chef Mickey's where you can dine with Mickey and friends. So if your kids are into those character experiences and that shit, you need it, They have California Grill at the top. They have Contempo Cafe, which is the quick service. And soon, 48 hours, Steakhouse 71. That's what I'm going to say. So all four of those resorts, I'd be pressed to say that there's not good restaurants in all of the hotels and resorts and everything, and the parks. There's just fantastic dining overall down there. But Poly, everybody loves that family style dining at Ohana. We have our favorites as well, when it comes to the food. And theming is so important when you think about Disney. The Imagineers really put a lot into the theme. And if you just take a step back, or it's hard because you're always on the go, take a moment to look at the theming that the Imagineers have done. Wilderness Lodge definitely comes out on top. It's, basically inspired by the turn of the century national park lodges, and you feel like you're staying in the middle of a grand national park rather than just being in the middle of Disney World. Mm-hmm. There's tons of outdoor vistas, the nature trails, the forests. It connects to Fort Wilderness Resort, where you can, compound being in the wild and have archery and horseback riding and fishing. And so they really, really immerse you into the environment. So, Wilderness Lodge does a great job with that theming. When we talk about Poly, it's Moana and Maui, right? Big. If you have kids that are big fans of Moana, the rooms just got completely renovated. We posted a lot about that. They have that theme dedicated to Moana, and cast members working there now have like Moana themed outfits, and the refresh of the rooms. It's very bright. It's a new fresh style. Kind of looks like the wallpaper, or I don't know if it's wallpaper paintings on the walls. Kind of look like Maui's tattoos.
Yep, absolutely.
And Grand Floridian, it's going to live up to its name. It's grand. You walk into the lobby, to the moment you get to your room, it's luxury. It screams luxury in a way that only the Grand can. That is their flagship hotel. That's why it's called the Grand Floridian. It is absolutely stunning. There is no doubt about it, And the Contemporary, they're kind of being redone as we speak now, I believe, right? They're becoming the Incredible Rooms, or Incredible Rooms. I think they're Incredible themed. Right. Yes. But it's kind of, it was called Contemporary for a reason when it was built. It's that new style, new age kind of thing. But they are getting the Incredibles theme, and it's going to be much more sleeker and a new, more modern look. Right. The last thing that we do want to touch base on when we talk about ranking Magic Kingdom resorts is pricing. One of your most important priorities when staying at a Magic Kingdom resort, or really any resort, is the price. Disney on a budget. We can talk about how you can save some money, with your agents, with things you can do, tips and tricks. Heather's got all kinds of things when it comes to strollers and groceries and everything. But all the Magic Kingdom resorts kind of fall into the deluxe resort. Well, they do. They do fall into the deluxe resort category. So they're priced accordingly. You're going to be paying more. Wilderness Lodge is probably the most affordable of the four. Room rates, I don't want to say average at a certain price, because time of year, length of stay, what's going on, Christmas, 50th anniversary. There's a lot going on now. And all of the Wilderness Lodge rooms were also redone recently as well.
We were so close.
Well, you're talking about DVC side.
Oh,
totally separate.
Right.
Wilderness Lodge has their side, then DVC,
Correct.
We have Cascade Cabins and Boulder Ridge. That's another conversation. But the Wilderness Lodge rooms were redone recently. That's probably the cheapest out of the four, typically. And I don't, Contemporary will probably be next, and then finally Grand Floridian. I shouldn't say finally. That's third. Poly is probably the most. Now, the reason why Poly is the most, if I remember correctly, Poly only has like the studios, and then they have the bungalows. So there's no in between with that. So there's a limit with, depending upon hotel occupancy and everything like that. And all this is going to fluctuate. Time of year, what's going on, right? There's a lot that, you can't factor in until you really price it out.
So that's when you get in touch with Magical Destinations Travel and be like, help me out.
Right.
And that we can totally do.
Absolutely. If you're, if you're your kids, your family, if you're big Magic Kingdom fans, if that's going to be your main focus, you can't go wrong with any of those resorts, in my opinion. They have incredible pros and very few cons. But you have to figure out which variable, pricing, theme, restaurants, is most important. Transportation is most important for you and and your family, your traveling party, and you go from there. That's pretty much it. That's how you can determine which would be best for you. And we're only talking Magic Kingdom hotels right now. So those four are the ones that are right there, absolutely right there. All right, I think it's like 47 hours and 30 minutes now.
I know.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
But it's coming, the 50th anniversary. You're going to see a lot on social media all over. Disney Parks blog will be posting everything for the official launch, rope dropping, everything that's going on coming up on October 1st. A lot of fun, lot of fun with that. We will post our show notes. We will share everything that we can out with all of you. And like I said, we have another agent that'll be going down in November. So it'll be 6 weeks, 7 weeks after the official launch. And we'll see how standby lines are and lightning lanes and maybe Genie Plus is out there. And we'll talk to you all again about that, ahead of time. If you have any questions, we do have people who are actually starting to book in early February, mid-February, that winter recess, depending upon, your geographical location, how many days off the kids have, so on and so forth. That is, a lot of people are booking. We haven't had too many price releases yet on that regarding, any specials or discounts, but I'm sure they will come, what depending upon occupancy and what things look like.
Right.
And then all of those specials, and we'll post, if there's something really hot off the press, we will definitely hit the socials with it. Otherwise, everything will be listed on our website, bookmdtravel.com. Heather.
Yes.
Hit them with the socials.
You can find us on Instagram at Magical Destinations Travel Co., Facebook, Magical Destinations Travel, and Twitter, Magical Dest Trav.
Right. So we will keep you informed of all the good things that are happening at Disney as they celebrate Walt's vision and the Imagineers and everything, all the cast members, the work that they've put in as they celebrate their 50th anniversary. Congratulations to Disney. You are just an epic brand. There's no other way of putting it. And like we always say, live life, do what makes you happy, and let the Disney vibes flow.
Find Disney vibes for all your vacation needs on the web at bookmdtravel.com.